Yeah, so this is this piece of work, and let's go to the next one. Yeah. Okay, this one is another of these collaboration, lunch break collaborations that I did with Lynn. It's exactly probably was in the same day that the previous one was, but again, you can see the green. And just to refer to this green that I really like, with here actually there were frogs, and underneath each one of them, each one of these leaves, there were frog in the real print, and these ones are just collaboration. But I'll never forget the green for me, and I did a work to refer to this quotation that Lynn said to me. I asked him, why green? Because you see, at that time I didn't know anything about Aboriginal art, and for me, I've never seen any Aboriginal art that was done with green. So I said, why green? Why do you use green? And he said to me, I want, if a black fellow will see the work, he'll know that it was done just for the white people consumption. So not to take it too seriously. Well, obviously today everybody loves this sort of print, and just one of these prints was sold in for I don't know, $4,800. Yeah, in Lawson Menzies, which is amazing, I think. But so they really love the green. But yeah, so this is again one of these ones that we did probably in the same time we did when we did the frogs. What was the name? Do you remember the name of this?
Gaganingi.
Oh, that's the one. Is it? Yeah. This work is called In Memory, which is and it's a real collaboration, because when I say real, I mean real for the three of us. The upper part was the background. It's obviously one of Lynn's work, and that was written in memory. When I came back from the Kimberleys once, I told Lynn about the Mistake Creek massacre, and actually he had to do some work for this, but unfortunately passed away prior to this, and he couldn't do, and as an Aboriginal person, he couldn't do work without being in the actual place. So we wrote in memory and the few things, and it was just lying there. And when Tiriki and we did this this background, and so it's very hard to read because it's sort of quite painterly, but it's written in memory of our ancestors, which is the beginning of this plaque in Mistake Creek, and which said, in memory of our ancestors who were shot and burned here, rest in peace, Mistake Creek. And I think it's sort of it refers to our both our cultures, this sort of statement. So, and then anyway, we can keep on talking about this particular work. I really like it, and as I said, it's sort of the three of us in a way collaborated. Quite a lot of years in between, but yeah, the next work is this one that every time I think about the title, I get shivers, and it's called Meaning of Life #1. And I don't know why this one is #1, but again, Lynn and myself, we signed it, and this was done a little bit later when we did the print, the frogs in the at night time. I don't know how do you call it, because they are blue frogs. And again, we had few bits and pieces of this paper that I think Bill Meyer printed, and they wanted to do something, and they did a mistake, the size or whatever. It was lying there, and we decided to work on these ones. So slowly I build up the image, and there is something like that in the other print, and I kept on printing, and it became a stunning print. There are qualities of printing here that you know, God helped us exactly to do it in the right place. It's really beautiful. Yeah, the next one The next print, it's called Reeds, and it's based on a lino cut that Lin did in 1986, I think. I'm not sure it was a small edition of 9, and I asked the estate, the Lin Onus estate, maybe we can, because it's really beautiful, the lino cut, but nobody, I'm not sure that nobody saw it, and it was in the market
It was
at
only
all.
an edition of 9 that all been sold already.
Were they sold?
Oh,
Yeah?
they're all sold,
Yeah.
but I mean they were sold for maybe $150 each or something.
Yeah.
Years and years and
yeah,
years.
yeah.
Now they're worth.
Yes, so we decided to do a small, we thought about to do some sort of small edition. The truth is that we did just some experimental with some sort of a rainbow, and it's not even edition, as I said, it's just experimental, just to go with the flow of the experiments that I did with Lin. And yeah, there is a Tiriki sign, and there is a stamp of the estate. So, and yeah, I think they're beautiful. There are a few of them here, and yeah, let's go to the next one, which, yes, Caiaphas. Okay. This work is the white bull that that Tiriki did for the White Bull show, and maybe we'll ask him to do some words, because everybody's. So let Tiriki tell about his White Bull.
No. So I can wrestle the microphone away. No, it came, of course, from the story of Mistake Creek and Shaike's story of the big boab tree where all the people were shot and burnt and killed. And this idea came to me of this idea of a tree, and also the fact that the bull was white. Not to put too fine a point on it, sort of really came into the same idea of the idea of white Australia and the fact that this happens all over. And the white bull, I think, is a wonderful symbol for this from all over the country. And this was really something that took me to the idea of this tree, and especially apart from all the rest of it. I mean, like the integral part of the work is probably just at the bottom with the roots, and that was really my idea. And the original name of this was "These Roots Go Deep," and that's the idea of that 200 years of white bulls, or 215 years, is it now? 215, 216 years? 216 years of white bulls, and it's really that story. And so then I made this piece, and this was the tree, and this is where all of this idea came from, and the way these things spread out, and it's that idea too. People come to Australia, and I think it's quite good in many ways. But you get this, people often are quick to forget where they've come from as well. Lots of people will say, like, "Oh, now I'm not German, I'm not French, I'm Australian." Whereas I think this is always really sad, and Shaike, you were saying before about always thinking about where someone's come from and being proud of that. And people forget this too often, and then they turn into this part of the giant mass, and they lose their individuality. And it's that idea of people become part of the machine. And this is how I think these things get spread, as someone starts this idea, and then as soon as everyone starts thinking they're Australian, then this idea of patriotism comes in, and they just start towing the line with whatever it is, whether it be locking people up or declaring war on country for no good reason, or any of these reasons, or indeed massacring people for stealing a cow that they didn't even steal.
Yes, they haven't done. And actually, we sort of put it on this. We put it on this carpet. Again, this carpet is this particular carpet is based on this print that I did with Lin in probably, I think it was 91 or something like that, and we did carpet. So I thought, in a way, by this one with Lin. So again, this work is sort of collaboration of the three of us.